Hey guys, what's good? I'm Andre and today I want to go over a few different futures with you guys, and then I want to cover NatGas and USOIL as well. Now, before we jump into that, I want to take a second here and say a big thank you for all of the support you guys have been giving me throughout the last few videos. It's showing a huge difference for me in my ability to actually get featured by YouTube and have more of you guys land on these videos, so it's helping my small channel a ton. Now let's jump into it, guys. I want to first take a look at what we've been up to through our Patreon community. So we've sent this out a few hours ago on NatGas. I think it's still a feasible short from here, but we're gonna cover it in a second. We also took wheat futures long yesterday, guys, and we are now with that one position pretty deep in the money. We've moved our stop losses here to break even, and we're now waiting for the move to continue. And we also took cotton short, and we also took a couple of forex pairs, and the British pound CAD pair in particular was one that proved really fruitful for us. So let's start with that one. Actually, I want to show you guys what that's been up to throughout the last few days here. So if you guys seen what I said over there on Patreon, we basically took it short from over here at the top of this supply area. We had a trend line that was retested from the downside as well, so a pretty interesting entry for us. We had a really clear risk to reward ratio on this one trade, and it's playing out really beautifully. We actually took some profits a bit earlier today. Now the next one, guys, for US wheat, I want to cover this one because I think it's a really interesting one. So yesterday, as wheat was retesting the bottom side of this pennant that it got formed at the bottom of a potential pole with pennant formation here, we broke to the downside and we turned that whole formation upside down, which shows a lot of strength. And obviously with the fundamentals between Ukraine and Russia, wheat is now getting into some proper strength. So we bought it off of these lows over here at 653. I think that we now have everything it takes for us to be able to go higher up here and retest $760 if not $800. So I'm pretty excited about that. The MACD is crossing over, the green DI shows some strength. We're seeing the ADX start to go higher here, and we're also seeing, as I was saying, the MACD crossover. We are now in positive territory. I think this is all looking really encouraging. Now the other one that I actually was talking about a bit earlier, guys, was cocoa futures, and as I might have covered this one before with you guys on video, but if I didn't time on video, I definitely did on Patreon. We are now retesting levels that weren't seen in cocoa futures ever since 2015. Now 2015 is such a long time ago that I don't even remember what age I was, but knowing that we are double topping here potentially in this same exact area, we put in a double top throughout the last few trading days here to a week or so. I think that we now might have what it takes for us to move down, but I will not take a short quite yet. I would like to see a trendline break of some sort before we take it short from here, because for now it's just putting in higher highs, higher lows. So at the very least, I would want this more steep trend line that I've just drawn in to be broken to the downside before we can potentially start nibbling on a short move on cotton. Now, a couple of you guys were asking throughout Twitter the other day about WTI, USOIL, Brent, and guys, follow me on Twitter at TradingCrewUS if you want to get some insights. I also occasionally send signals for different positions that we buy or sell on the Patreon community. So I think that WTI is going to put in a lower high here. This might be today, it might not be today, but I still think that this is a lower high on WTI. I think it's shortable on a retest of the 200-day moving average and this trend line that we have drawn in here. I think that from here, shorting it is very easy because you can have your stop loss really close and barely lose or risk anything for a pretty substantial move down, potentially into the 72.5 range over here. So on a move up to maybe 77, I would probably look to short this and just play the move down here. I think we're gonna mimic what NatGas has been doing throughout the last few days on WTI as well, which is basically a bearish formation, a bearish channel on the 4-hour chart. Nothing to write home about, but something that's tradable still. So since we brought up NatGas, let's take a look here, guys. So as you can see, we have just retested this upper boundary over here. Unsuccessfully, we are now moving lower down again. I still think that this channel is 100% playable. The MACD seems to be losing strength for right now, and then for the ADX we have absolutely no ADX strength on the move up. As you guys can see, the ADX was a lot stronger on the last move down, and what I suspect will happen here as well is that as we continue moving down, the ADX condition will start moving up again. I think that this is playable, as I said a bit earlier. From over here, we have a really tight stop. We can play it down to the 2.45, 2.5 range roughly. But let's see, guys. We've tested this channel once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times to the upside. So maybe this last time is the one that breaks the pattern and we can start moving higher here. A couple of you actually asked me throughout Twitter what happens here. So if we do manage to break above and retest and hold, I would consider this a buying opportunity and potentially ride it up into the $3 range over here. I think that is an alternative plan that could pan out here. So have your eyes on these things. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'm definitely attentive here. I'm keeping my risks in check, and I'm keeping my eyes peeled on the charts. Check us out on Patreon, guys. For just 15 bucks a month, you can opt in, you can cancel anytime, see if we're a good fit for each other. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'll catch you next time. Take care.